Today I'll be giving you guys a look into a routine that I have for keeping everything in my household running smoothly and making sure I'm taking care of myself too. So I like to get my morning routine in without the kids around, not having to worry about them. I like to take that time for myself in the morning to just give myself the care that I need. So I start my mornings off before them if I can, before they wake up, with a workout, getting dressed, getting my skincare done and my hair done. Just getting myself completely put together before my kiddos wake up so that when they are waking up, I am able to do their routine with them and help them, because that's not something that they're able to do on their own. And I want to have myself together so that I can help them get put together. When my kids do finally wake up, I like to start their routine right away, take them to the bathroom, get them ready for the day. Then we head into the living room, we do a Bible story, and I get them their milk for the morning. And that way, they're all ready to sit down and play independently or watch a show in the morning while I finish off the rest of my morning routine. And the rest of my morning routine after getting the kids their milk or their breakfast snack and all that, after that I like to make myself a coffee. Of course, I always drink a bunch of water in the morning too before coffee because that's super important. But anyways, I make myself a coffee. I grab my Bible and my planner and I sit down and just start going over all of my notes for the day. I like to plan out my weeks on Fridays, all my content creation, so everything is organized and I'm not forgetting to post on any of my platforms. And that way, it's just a lot less stressful and it's not all up in my head. So even if you're just writing out your cleaning schedule in a planner, it might help you to just have all those ideas clear so you know exactly what your week will look like, or at least have a good idea of what you want your week to look like. So yeah, I think planning is like super good way to stay on top of everything. And then after I'm done looking at my planner, I will just spend some time in God's Word. And that has been such an important part of my morning. If I miss that time in the morning, I make sure to get it in the afternoon or some other time in the day, because if I don't have that time, the whole day feels very off. Like I'm much more short-tempered with my kids and things like that. And that time, building a relationship with the Lord is just so important, especially as Christian mothers trying to raise our children in a good Christian home. So we just need that relationship with Jesus, and it's just so important for everybody to have that. So I would recommend adding that into your daily routine.
But the big words don't balance.
Apart from a really good morning routine, I also have a cleaning schedule that I like to stick to. So for the whole week, I have certain days where I clean certain areas of my home. And this just helps me stay on top of everything. Now, it doesn't mean I'm neglecting other parts of my home. It just means that the other parts of my house get a quick tidy rather than a good, real deep clean. So on Mondays, I like to do laundry, and Thursdays I do laundry. And then those days I also clean the bathroom. And then Tuesdays I will sweep and wash floors. Wednesdays I like to vacuum my couch and any other furniture, dusting off furniture, things like that. So I just have a really good routine to keep on top of everything. But I also make sure to make time for rest during my day. And my son is also doing some homeschooling in between. He's 3 years old. But I'm just getting him ready for when he starts kindergarten homeschooling next year. So we're doing some preschool learning as well throughout the day. And I try to do that once a day, but sometimes we skip a day here and there. I'm not being too strict with that. I also find that adding some decluttering into your cleaning routine every now and then is really good. So you're not accumulating more things than what you really need in your home, and just making sure you're not feeling overwhelmed in your house. Because a lot of the times we feel very overwhelmed keeping our houses clean when we have too many things and we know we don't need all the things that we have. So it's just good to like get rid of some of that clutter. Another thing I like to add in is that I try to get my kids to also help out when it comes to picking up toys and just doing little chores. And I can do a more in-depth video on what type of chores I'm giving my kids right now and which ones I plan to add in. Now we're just starting off slowly adding chores in, but like I said, I can go into deeper with that information on a separate video. But it is good to include your kids in some chores as well. I also like to try to make sure the kids get some one-on-one playtime that is just for playing. Like, I don't go on my phone or do anything else during that time. It's just we get to play and do something together. And what really makes it better is when we can get outside for that time, because getting some fresh air is much needed, especially when we are home all the time. And I feel like everyone just needs to get out of the house at least once a day, even for a walk. And the last thing that I do to help myself throughout the week and just keep everything under control is meal planning. And I have a few videos on how I meal plan, but doing this really just helps me know exactly what I need to buy, so I'm not spending more than I need to, and that I'm not stressed out every evening thinking, what am I making for dinner today? So here I'm just writing it out on a whiteboard piece of paper, and I just write my meals on the top, my groceries, what ingredients I'm missing on the bottom, and then I take a picture of that, and then I bring that with me to the grocery store. That's it for this video. I hope these motherhood routine and tips help you in your day, and I hope to hear your tips in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.